I want to welcome you to Golden Rule Media Entertainment. Man, I am telling you, I'm so excited to have this next person on the show. It's Lisa Brat Martinez, and she's on the show today. We're going to be talking about a few different things that she's doing. She's doing a lot of stuff. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me and thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate
Anytime,
it.
anytime. So, okay, we got to go back. Tell me about yourself.
Okay, this is crazy how it all started. I've always felt like the black sheep of the family, and sometimes in school and stuff. And as a child, like I always kind of stuck to myself, did my own thing, and I've always been into thrift shops, grab the clothes, change it up a little bit, and create my own style. And I mean, I was bullied a lot and stuff, but I always had my own little thing going on. And from there, working with some high profile artists in the music industry, I became noticed because of my outfits. That's how the clothing line kind of picked up. And now with the platform, I'm able to tell people, hey, don't be bullying others, because that people don't know, yeah, physical, pain hurts, but those words can last a lifetime.
Yeah.
And it just all started from there. And I've got an uncle who had told me to try acting. You're gonna like it. And I was like, I don't want to do those, the mushy love scenes. And I was like, I'm not into that. But the stunts is how I started, and I love it. I like getting
Awesome.
down and dirty and fighting on screen and stuff.
It's kind of cool. I mean, that is exhausting though, because I've been on one of those not I haven't been on a fight scene. I've been on the on set when that's going on.
Yeah.
It's all day.
Yes, some people think, oh, you're going to work, when are you going to get off? I'm like, well, minimum 12 hours. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah. And there's times we've got to do some reshoots, and it all depends on the weather if we're outdoors. So if it's cloudy and we need the sunshine, we're like, well, we gotta wait a little bit. Mother Nature controls that sometimes.
Goodness
But
gracious.
it's a
Wow.
lot of fun.
That it
Yeah.
sounds like a lot of fun though. It sounds like you really, really love what you do. But that's not the only thing you do. Okay. You said something about justice.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about
Um,
that.
yeah. Criminal justice, or
There
justice
you
for
go.
anybody, period. Like, because like with the bullying, one thing leads to another. And then nowadays it's like you can be pointed out and said you do da 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 da, and you've got to prove yourself to be innocent. Meanwhile, you're incarcerated for many years and you're like, hey, no, like I didn't do this. It's there's just so much going on with the criminal justice system. And the politicians that I know, like I've told them, remember who voted you in those positions, because it's up to us whether you're going to remain there or not. And it's just a matter of doing the right thing, scratching each other's back. You came from this community, do the right thing. You know what needs to be done. But there seems to be politics in everything nowadays, and it really just needs to end. So when it comes to criminal justice, I'm right there on the front line, whether it's the phone, email, or standing there literally physically and just, hey, you need to do da 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 da. So yeah, there's times when they hear, oh, she's here in town again. But yeah, it's
Oh
just,
wow. Oh wow. That's cool though, because you're there, you're the advocate. Sometimes people just don't have that person, or they can't speak for themselves.
mm-hmm. And that's true. That's one of the things. I do have an outlaw tattoo right here. And one time I did get pulled over for, he said my tail light was busted, but it really wasn't, because at the end of the night when I went back and looked at it, of course he's got the badge. So, and I have high respect for police officers, because not everybody is bad in
Right.
anything that they do, but yet it wasn't true. And I tried fighting it, but it was just like, no, that little town, they're used to it. But the outlaw thing comes back when I was with Pac and Johnny J. The police officer asked me, what does that stand for? You're one of those. And I said, one of who? I said, no, sir. Outlaw stands for, like, I speak up for those who can't speak for themselves. I said, just like you, sir, there's good cops and there's bad cops, but hey, you're doing your job, right? And he just like, here, and threw the clipboard in there, and I signed it and he left. Yeah, it's everywhere.
It is. It definitely is. Wow. Wow. So tell me about, okay, so let's go back a little bit. Just tell me about your music, and then tell me about your acting, because I know that you do both of those things. And I mean, how difficult is it for a person nowadays to be in those fields?
Whew, it's difficult. I remember back in the day, but like I started off in the music industry, like behind the scenes. And I remember back then it was a lot, the music had meaning to it, the lyrics. And it was okay to let the younger generation hear the songs without worrying like, oh, they're going to pick up on this and that. And it was to where like if we were to come across a young artist, I love the indie artists because their talent is so raw, but the label was able to, here's a check, go do your thing. Now it's like it's better to just take off on social media itself and be your own, just be independent, do your own thing, because you control everything. Whereas I feel like I'm opening like Pandora's box, but to where others cannot control what you say and what you do. So you just have to stick to your guns no matter what you do. And nowadays it's a lot. I would say it's harder, like doing the footwork, but yet use social media to your advantage. Just make sure whatever you do, own up to it. Be you. Don't try to be what others want you to be. And these lyrics have got to change, people, because there's some little kids reciting some lyrics, and it's like, do you know what that means? And
I know.
yeah, it's not good.
I
So
know.
that right there, it just opened the door to where I would be hosting some concerts and stuff. And then that's how my clothes got picked up. And it's funny because the nickname Brat really stuck when I was little. But that's because I'm always, if I want something, I go for it. I don't allow when I had heard plenty of times, you're not going to go up to anything. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. So even with some of my high school alumni friends, they see me on social media and they're like, hey, you really are like, you're the same. Cause I was the one with the combat boots and the mohawk. So I've never, if I could get a mohawk, I would, but my manager's like, no. But because of the movies I'm committed to. But yeah, you
Yeah.
just got to stay true to you. And if it's meant to happen, it's going to happen, but always have a backup plan, because it's kind of tough sometimes. We have our ups and downs with filming, but if you've got the backup plan with your education, then you can do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hard.
And now the
Yeah.
movies. I mean, what kind of movies have you done so far?
I've done, oh my goodness. I worked with Hugh Jackman in New
I like
Orleans.
them.
That was amazing. That was amazing. I worked with several people. But I feel like it's nothing but a blessing. And even though I've got an uncle who's like very well known, I bust my butt and do it on my own. I don't use like, hey, I'm so and so, that I want to earn that role. But I've done Fear the Walking Dead. That was
Wow.
so much fun. You're literally in the makeup chair, like, so, but that was cool.
Hours. Isn't
Yeah.
it hours in the makeup chair sometimes?
Yeah. Sometimes it's like 8 hours.
It's it's in itself, it's a day's work. It's just sitting there. Oh gosh.
Yeah, it is. And then, I mean, you get out there and work, but it's really cool. I wrapped one up in Houston a couple of weeks ago with some very high profile people. And I can't wait till that one's out. But I've learned so many different things when I worked with Robert Rodriguez on Alito Battle Angel. That was cool. Everybody has their own method of how they work and direct and stuff, and it's really neat. It really is. And one thing I don't think I would ever be able to do is a horror movie, because
Really?
Jeepers Creepers, mm-mm.
I'm
I
a
would really be screaming in that one.
I can't do it. I can't even watch those things. I mean, no. I no.
Yeah,
I
and I
hear you.
know it's just makeup, it's just actor, it's the music. But if you press mute, then it's not as scary. But yet being on set with somebody like that, oh no, no. I love Predator. Like I would love to work with, one of the Predator films, but I would want to give him a hug.
Yeah, but that's not, I don't think that's so much scary as it is just like sci-fi. Horror is horror. Horror is horrible.
It is. It is. It really is. And then I
It's
get
scary.
nightmares.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So wow. So what's in the plans for you for the future?
One of the things I have, it's still in pre-production because I like everything to be precise. I know nothing in life is perfect, but things are always changing. I'm really big against human trafficking.
Hmm.
And some people think it's just like sexual trafficking, and it's not. There's organ trafficking. And when I speak on that, some people are like, you really shouldn't have said that. I'm like, but that's the truth. That's what's happening in our own backyards, in our own,
Hmm.
cities. But I've got something, it's called Salvacion. That's in pre-production. We're going to do that against human trafficking. And it just, there's so many things that have to be said and done. And one realization that I've come across is sometimes we'll watch a movie and it's like, man, that was scary if that would have really happened. Well, some of those things really do happen. there's
Yeah.
a way of getting things out there, to be told without literally saying it.
Wow. That's
Yeah, but
crazy.
yeah,
That
I've
is
got
crazy.
movies, I've got some more designs for my clothes
Mhm.
and stuff coming out, and just constantly filming is what I love, and traveling and meeting people. And,
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah.
Well, you know, I appreciate your time and being here with me today. I appreciate like all the things that you've gone through and where you're at today. You know, it takes a
Mhm.
lot of work to be where you're at. What kind of advice do you give the people out there? You know, I know you're saying that it's better as a musician to be indie, but what about acting? What about clothing lines?
One of the good things, again, like, I believe social media can just, blow somebody up, get out there. But the thing is, I'm big on, I honestly, I never really liked school to begin with, and my teachers, they know that. But it is good to have an education as a backup, because you want to be the one to, make sure everything is going the right way. But yeah, if you've got a clothing line, don't let, or even if you want to be an actor, not everybody goes to school. Sometimes and what I've done is I've gone through a lot. I know I tried, like, to basically at 16, I was out on the streets on my own. So I experienced a lot of things that, kids shouldn't have experienced. So when I come across different roles, I'm able to, like, dig deep to what I experienced, and I'm like, okay, I got this. And I'll go out there, and some of the directors, there's one, Johnny Ray Gibbs, he calls me the one hit wonder, because, like, I'll go out there and I'll just, like, nail it. But what a lot of people don't know is, hey, I, experienced that too, in a sense. So just don't give up, and don't allow people to just put you down. Just, you got to hang in there, just keep fighting, because by the grace of God, like, I'm very, thankful to where I am today. And always give back to others, as much as you can, whether it's verbally or if anything. You never know, those little things do make a difference in someone's life.
Awesome.
And
Yeah,
you
you're
do it
so
from the
right.
heart too, though.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, I want to thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. You keep going. Where can people follow you on social media, girlfriend? Where can they find you?
It's I'm under Lisa Brat Martinez. I pop up everywhere. I'm trying to just stick to Lisa Brat, but it's the Lisa Brat Martinez that pops up and stuff. It's kind of crazy, because even on my bank, they have the checks come out to Lisa Brat Martinez. But I
And
appreciate you having me, and like, thank you so much, and blessings to you always, to you and your listeners, your viewers.
thank you,
Thank you.
and you too. And whenever you get something new, because I know something other stuff is in the works that we can't really talk about,
Yeah,
but
I
that's
know.
okay. But when they do come, and you can talk,
Mhm.
come back, because
I
that's
will.
amazing. It's
All
I'm
right.
just gonna say it's amazing.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay,
It was
no
nice to meet
problem.
you.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and don't forget to follow her. We're going to have all of that information in the description box below, so that's easy for you guys to follow and like and comment. And when she gets her new announcement, you will know, you will find out. You'll be like,
I'm
okay.
excited. All right. Thank you.
All right, guys, until next time. Bye.
Okay.